However, we're just going to go straight to our interview. Let me introduce our guest. Philadelphia Eagles fans will know our guest as a scrappy, special teams, wide receiver type of guy from 1976 to 78. Most others will know him from the story from the fantastic movie The Invincible. Actually,
Invincible, not The Invincible.
Featuring the great Mark Wahlberg. Our guest today is none other than Vince Papale. Vince, welcome to Bill and Friends.
Ooh, Vince.
Hey, guys, what's up? How are you? Hey, Bill.
Good,
How are you,
Vince.
buddy?
Hey, Vince.
So, what am I missing here? Did Rex Ryan get fired?
Apparently so. I've been told that by our producers. So.
Rex and Rob, yes.
Yes.
Oh, really? I was just checking on Comcast Sportsnet website while you guys were talking about it. I didn't see anything yet.
Well, our producer Ryan has broken the story just fresh off the presses, so we're always ahead of the game here, Vince.
Oh, here it is. Oh, yeah, national news. Bills fire Rex Ryan and Bob Ryan.
Very good.
Bob Ryan.
Kudos to Ryan. Kudos to Ryan.
We heard
Lennox.
it first. Yeah, we heard it first with you guys.
There you go. Hey, Vince certainly fits into the and friends department that we have here at our show. We've done tons of deals together. Vince, I was trying to think of some of the deals we've done. We've gone to Boston together. We've done...
That was the best. Last year's, I have to tell you, Bill, of all the things, of course, when we did out there at Houston wasn't too shabby.
Houston,
that's right. A whole bunch of guys from the Dallas Cowboys, especially Randy White, which was really, really cool.
Yeah, Lancaster. But, we've been in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
we've been in...
but I have to tell you, man, that one last year up there at New England when we and I say we, because I still associate myself as an Eagle, we took the Patriots down. It was pretty exciting.
That was a good weekend.
Yeah, we've had some good times together, so I appreciate it. So, hey, congratulations on your new show.
Thank you very much. And you know what? While we're giving out compliments, Vince, and I appreciate it, and you can continue with that later. Speaking as an appearance agent, of which I am, and somebody who has a lot of experience in this business, I'm going to pay you the ultimate compliment. I want to tell you that I have never worked with any player who is more engaging with his fans and friendly with the public ever. When somebody comes to the line to get a Vince Papale autograph, Vince Papale says something different to him or her than he says to anybody else that he's talked to that day.
That's impressive.
Every single person gets the personal touch when it comes to Vince.
Wow.
Vince?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'm honored that people would stand in line and wait for me or pay a buck or two to get my autograph, and I just think I'm so honored and thankful for that. And I think that everybody, instead of seeing the back of my head or the top of my head while I'm signing, they deserve that respect. And you learn interesting things from a lot of people. It's amazing how many people I've met from around the country that have come in to just do some of these autograph signings. So it's pretty cool.
Well, also, Vince, it may be a reason why people ask you back. We've done some return engagements, and I think a lot of it's got to do with the fact that the fans love you, and the people who hire us, the promoters, they love you too because of that reason.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's cool. I love doing it. So it's a great thing. Just for the record out there, any Eagles fans, if you're going to the Eagles game Sunday, I'll be out there on behalf of the Philadelphia Eagles doing tailgate parties and also signing somewhere.
I love tailgate.
Tailgate parties are the best.
I love tailgate. As long as it's not
better than the games.
As long as it's not too cold.
Oh yeah. The Eagles actually, this Legends community. It's this guy Andrew is running it for us, and Bakalowski, and I tell you, one of the funnest things is I'll get a couple guys, alumni. Well, now we're called Legends. We're not alumni, but Legends.
Right.
And they drive us around in the golf cart with a cheerleader or two, and we bounce around from one tailgate party to the next. And I'm telling you, it is a hoot. I have so much fun, and I look forward to doing it. What a great way to tailgate, just bounce from one to the other.
Yeah, that's a perfect job.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow I got to get in there with you. Do you need anybody to carry your bag this weekend? Because as long as it's not too cold.
Bill is available.
Yes, as long as it's not too cold.
Yeah, usually it's Janet, but
there you go.
It's cool. Yeah.
I understand. Hey, while I have you on the phone, I want to ask you about the current Eagles football team. I think you're a pretty good friend and fan of Coach Peterson. What are your thoughts in regards to the direction of this team?
Well, I really like where it's going. I sort of agree with Doug, and yes, I am a very good friend of Doug's, having known him since '99, and actually helped move him into his house in Voorhees, New Jersey. And my wife Janet, of course, not of course, but people don't know this, is their realtor. So I think the 3 or 4 times that the Petersons have moved in and out of Jersey, Janet's been handling that transaction and taking care of that. So, and matter of fact, I was talking to his wife today, just about some different things that are going on. So, yeah, I'll preface it by saying that what I say, Doug's a very close friend, and certainly I don't every once in a while you might think, okay, maybe he might have been able to do this or do that in terms of a play call, but that's minuscule compared to the direction the team's going in right now. And I agree with Doug, and I know he took a little bit of heat, not too much, but a little bit, when he was saying, we were just a play away from a win because of all those games they lost with just 5-point losses. And when you think about it, the drop pass, it costs a possession. It could even be it could have been the game the other day when Aguilar drops that slant,
right.
and there's a possession that's lost, and then of course the Giants come in, they score on that next possession. So the fact that the other team gets the ball, stuff like that, not making the interception, not making the tackle. I still can't believe after the Cowboys game that there wasn't roughing the kicker penalty. So there's an opportunity there. I can't believe in the Giants game that Jason Pierre-Paul didn't do a double tap on Carson Wentz's head on his helmet. And so there's another possession that could have been there. They're game changers, and things like that. So I think the team's going in the right direction. I like Doug's approach with the players. I tell him all the time I'd love to play for a guy like him, and a little bit of a piece here, a little bit of piece there. Obviously, everybody's looking at the wide receivers, but and then I'm just reading here in the CSN that maybe Deshaun's coming back. Who knows? I'll let Howie and those boys take care of that. But they're close, and I've been excited and real excited about going down to the game on Sunday and seeing it go. Defensively, I think Schwartz has got it going. He's trying to find his combination. I think he could use maybe one more good. Mills is 31, the rookie. I think he's phenomenal, and maybe get another shutdown corner on that side. On one side would be fine, and linebacker core seems to me it's solid, and the front line seems to be pretty solid. Special teams, as long as Darren Sproles back there returning, and we have the 2 kickers that we had, the punter and the kicker. I don't think anybody's better.
Yeah. Jamie, I got to tell you, I agree with everything that Vince just said.
Well, you guys are from Philly,
there you
so
go.
that's it.
So see, we think alike, Vince. You know that, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm still bleeding green, so that's one of the things. Yeah.
Vince, I can't have you as a guest on this show without asking you about the movie. So I guess my question is, this has to have been a major, significant feature in your life. Talk a little bit about what it's done for you.
Oh, it's a game changer, without a doubt. Invincible. Well, you saw the reaction when we went to the New England game last year. Not just so much the pre-game autographing, but during the game when people found out in New England, everybody stands. You stand throughout the entire game on the lower level. And throughout the game, when people found out, of course, because of Mark Wahlberg, found out that the Invincible guy, I don't have a name. I'm the Invincible guy,
right.
and the Invincible guy's there. It was just nonstop, and just that popularity. But you know what? It's the coolest thing in the world, because what it is here's what it is, guys. It's a validation of anybody out there that was told that they couldn't do something. Has a really crazy, outrageous dream, and everybody's bouncing them or knocking them pretty good about this dream or this goal that they have. And what the movie does, it validates those kinds of dreams, and the fact that with proper help from those that are your advocates, and also from hard work on your part and willingness to pay the price, the dream can come true. And thanks to Rocky, Rocky's turning 25 back in 2002, and NFL Films asked me to do this feature, and it's shown when the Eagles are playing the 49ers on Monday Night Football, distant replay. Stuart Scott brings it on. There's Jaws is on there with him. I'll never forget it. And they show this feature, and then the next day in 2002, I'm getting calls from Hollywood. on that Tuesday, and one thing leads to another, and Mark Wahlberg comes into my life, and then, I heard you say the Invincible. You're thinking of The Rookie, and but I get it. And Miracle. Well, the guys that did Rookie and Miracle are the same guys that did our movie.
Yep.
So and I had Disney behind it, and now, Bill, as you know, we're in the 10th year. It certainly changed my life. For obvious reasons, it's put me in a very nice financial situation. But aside from that, it's just really cool. The reaction of kids of all kinds, all different generations, when they meet me and they find out that I'm the real Mark Wahlberg, so to speak. And Mark just a phenomenal guy. I'm so excited about this new movie he's got coming out, Patriots Day. And,
yes,
looks good.
And, and Greg Kinnear nailed Coach Ramil, and Elizabeth Banks played my wife Janet to the T.
Yep.
The two of them together, you would have thought they were twins or sisters. One thing out there for you fans, my wife is not a Giants fan.
Not.
No, they have to.
She's normal.
I'm looking at it right now.
Ryan.
I'm sitting in my office in my house in Cherry Hill. And
wait, she's an Eagles fan?
Yes.
Oh, that's bogus.
Fan. There you go. You know what, Janet? I'm looking at the jersey. Janet was USA. She and Kathy Rigby were on the same Olympic gymnastics team.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking at her USA warm-up jersey.
Well, Vince, speaking of your wife Janet, tell everybody about this new project you guys have going on. Isn't it a TV show on Channel 17?
Well, I got a TV show on Channel 17. It's going to run about three more weeks, and then it's going to. We ran out for 13 weeks, and then we're going to just sit back and sort of come up with some new stuff. But it's called the Invincible A-List with Vince and Joan, and my partner and executive producer Joan Robbins, who has interviewed Hollywood moguls for the last 25 or 30 years, an Emmy Award winner interviewer. So she's got the Hollywood side, and I sort of picked out the Philly icons, the people that I think have the great backstories. I call them those that have achieved their invincible moments, and their moments of glory and climbing their Mount Everest. So from obviously Coach Ramil, and I've got Jaws. I've had Jay Wright, Carly Lloyd, who coming up in another week or two. It's going to be
Claude Giroux.
I had Claude Giroux. I had Lauren Hart's going to be. What an interview with Lauren Hart! Oh my God, it was so cool.
Yeah.
And I had Dave Hackstall, and a few other people. Philly icons that people can relate to, and that's what the backstory is. And what I'm going to try to do is try to wrap up the show in the season with Doug. And do a wrap up of the season and see it from his perspective, And these are just two guys that Doug and I, we're always in the golf course in the off season, or doing something, going to a concert with our families. We're always doing something really cool. So I think it'll be a different kind of an approach with Doug and me. I think it'll open up pretty good. So
very cool.
I'll see if I can't get that going. But it's fun. It's the Invincible A-List, and me and Danny Franks, my teammate from the Eagles, we have this picture that's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame called The Last Laugh. So we're all set. We've actually got a producer. We've got a writer and a publisher, and we're going to come out with a book called The Last Laugh, and it's basically some stories about overcoming obstacles and how to get to the next level.
So it sounds like you're keeping busy. You're keeping busy.
I'm speaking like crazy, and still doing my charity stuff. I got my two beautiful kids. Gabby's working.
Well, I'm going to get to that in a second, Vince. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
First, Jamie, I got to tell you a story. Go for it. The very first time that I ever met Vince, I'm in Erie, Pennsylvania, of all places. My friend Greg Passamonte was working with me at All Star Inc., and we were at this charity sports banquet. Who's the guest speaker? Vince Papale, right. And he gave a great motivational speak. It was a little long, Vince. It was a little long for a banquet, but that's okay. I still was with you. And afterwards, there wasn't a lot of places to go because the snow was coming down at a rate that was unbelievable. So
Erie? Snowing?
Go figure. But anyway, we walked to the local, Greg and I, we walked to the local watering hole. And we're having a few beers with some of the locals, and who walks in? Vince Papale. That's right. Sits down with us, pulls up a chair, orders a couple of beers. I think he even bought a round or two for us.
Nice.
And we're like, how great is this? We're in Erie, it's snowing, we don't care because we're sitting here having beers with Vince Papale. That's right. Do you even remember that, Vince?
I do.
You do?
I remember being out there on that Erie event. Yeah, it was actually, I think it was Richard Glazer.
That's correct.
Yep. Yeah, Rich Glazer, Ron Jaworski's manager from way back. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember being in Erie. Yeah.
That was fun. We were worried about you getting your. We drove, so you were trying to figure out whether you were going back with us in the car or you were going to try and get a plane out of there because it wasn't looking real good.
No, it wasn't, but I guess we made it out. So that I don't remember. I guess it was a pretty good night then.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
exactly.
Very good night.
Exactly. Now, one of the things I actually feel like I really identify with you, Vince, is, other than the fact that, of course, we're both extremely attractive and very charming, is that we both share the same views on family values and the great importance of families to us. And I know your family is the most important thing to you, much like myself. My family is not your family. It's not the most important thing to me. You know what I meant. Anyway, go ahead and tell us a little bit. Go ahead and brag a little bit about your family because I know they're all doing great things.
Thanks. When I speak, I have this great slide, and I said, what's your why? And then I show pictures of Gabby when she graduated from Syracuse and Vinny playing ball now. And, us together as a team all dressed up in our Eagles regalia. I mean, that's us, and that's it. It's why I put the uniform on every day and put the eye black on and, wear a helmet every once in a while. But Gabby just graduated from Syracuse, and she's with the Sixers doing live events, game day stuff. So anything that you see during the game that's not the actual action on the court, the basketball playing, that Gabby helps organize that and coordinate that. And Vinny just finished up his sophomore season at University of Delaware as a wide receiver. And we're looking forward to a great future with him. He had a little bit of a setback against William & Mary. He was in a hustle play, a Don Beebe kind of a play, chasing a guy down, trying to knock a ball out, and he got clipped and they blew out his ACL and MCL. So, we got Pete DeLuca at the Eagles. He did him up, and he's been about 8 weeks now out of surgery, and he's in rehab. So we'll see what happens next year. Delaware's got a new coach, and so
these days with the technology, bouncing back from an ACL, I mean, heck, it's like
he'll be back.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be back. It's just a question whether he'll be back next year or do a red shirt. But that's something to consider later on. And Janet handles me, as you know, and also just killing it. Real estate market's really picking up lately, and she's just nailing it. So life is good.
I've worked closely with Janet. I've worked closely with Janet many times. She's great to work with, and you're in good hands there.
Yeah, not too shabby. So as they say, I kicked my coverage, Bill, so it's all good.
Well, Vince, I want to thank you very much for joining us. By the way, you have an open invitation. I don't give this to everybody, but you have an open invitation. No, I don't. To come and join us in the studio anytime you want. You want to sit in for a show and kick it around a little bit with us, no problem. We have a chair for you.
That would be cool.
And by the way, Jamie and I would be happy to let you and Janet interview us on your TV show.
I would definitely be.
We'd be happy to do that. We are the hottest new radio. We are the hottest new radio show in Philadelphia. So
Game on.
Get in early, Vince, because in a couple weeks I might not be able to fit you in.
Ground floor,
Vince.
I know.
I get it.
So we gotta make that happen. Anyway, Vince, thank you very much for coming on. We really appreciate
it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Vince Papale, everybody. Congratulations.
Right. See you later.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks.
Vince Papale, one of the best.
Yes.
One of the best.